Hello, all you Gare Bears, and welcome to another edition of the Gare Bear Review. In case you haven't noticed, I've been dropping hints like a boss for our next adventure. And in case you didn't notice, it's Avengers. Shh. Just kidding. Shout out loud. Shout it proud. Because we are going over Avengers 2 in phase 2. I'm a little off on that. I don't know. You be the judge. I don't give a shit anyway, because it's just another Marvel movie coming out to murder us and just seriously just take my money. Take all of it. Pretend I'm Fry. Just take my money. Yes, this is a sequel to its original predecessor, and honestly, if anything, it is just as good as the first Avengers. I don't care what you fanboys have to say. I'm a fan as well. I'm a huge fan of the comic books. I've been reading nonstop recently, especially if hopefully it goes the way I want it to. Secret Wars. Just saying. But yes, I cannot wait to see. But it is exactly just as good as that, if not little. I mean, there is a fluctuation because some of the first one didn't have what it had in the second one. So again, there are fluctuations. But yes, I know the reason after all was said and done, it only ended up being just as good as its predecessor. But it's still it's without its perks. Now, the thing is, they brought in a couple characters, a lot of characters, I would say. There's a lot of characters in this movie that you have to, boom, 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 boom. It's like a fucking craziness of it. So the one of the biggest ones it was Vision. I've been waiting for Vision to appear. I didn't know who was going to play him until Paul Bettany. Until they went this route with Paul Bettany. I didn't know if they were going to kill off Jarvis, which they sort of did, and they went with My Girl Friday. Some of you will get that reference. Now the thing is with Vision, back in 1968 of October, Vision was actually an agent of Ultron. So they got some of it right, even though that Ultron really didn't fight for Ultron in this version. Spoilers. Now, only for the Avengers to finally convince the android that Ultron was doing what he was doing was wrong. They took a turn on this one because technically Ultron built Vision, which happened in the original comics, which is what they should have done, which is what they did. So I was okay with that. But he wasn't built to Ultron's specifications, so Ultron wasn't Vision wasn't a bad guy against the Avengers, which is what I was hoping they would do. So that way they at least have Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and him and Ultron and the other robot Ultrons with them to fight the Avengers. Now, I, I hope you see where I'm going with this because it's exactly where I'm going to go with it. They flipped it on you. Ultron was in the middle of making Vision, and in retrospect, he was like halfway complete, and then the Avengers got him, and then changed his ways. So if you really think about it, it kind of did what they were supposed to do, but in a faster way. Instead of letting Vision have his time with Ultron, he was only built halfway through and didn't do any damage, unless it was Vision killing off Ultron or going against Ultron, I should say. Now, being in Vision was bringing in Vision was actually the right call here, because it leads to a lot of great stories, and the stories coincide with many other characters that we want to see. Case in point, Hank Pym, who's Ant-Man, maybe Wonder Man, is your cup of tea. Who really knows where maybe the fun of the Vision Scarlet Witch romance perhaps we'll see. I hope I see it because it's actually kind of fun. Because if you go back in the comic books, they not only did they have a romance in the Avengers version, like the comics, they actually had their own separate version. Like it was like the adventures of Vision and Scarlet Witch. It was it was like in the 80s, I think. It was actually kind of cool to watch. Now, with Ant-Man getting very close to premiering, I was hoping that Hank Pym is involved with Ultron, keep in mind this was part of the Vision Quest storyline of the West Coast Avengers. So they're taking a lot of these characters and they're going in a way different way that with the way that they're doing the stories. They're changing it up, which again is okay. Do what you got. Do you, Josh Whedon. All right, you do you, Josh. Now I'm loving the way that it was perceived. I'm loving the way that they're doing it, but the thing is, with the fanboys out there, Hank Pym was the originator of constructing Ultron, if it were, and then Ultron would would create Vision, which is what happened. But the thing is, we don't know if Ant-Man was involved. We don't know that yet, not until later. Maybe he did have something. Maybe it's an overflap. Who knows? The thing is, we don't. I mean, he's Ant-Man, so he could have been in every Avenger movie probably since after Captain America. So who knows? There's always fan theories out there. I mean, the one I love right now is the Coulson theory, where he's the kid with the garbage can lid, Captain America style, going like, "Come on, come on." It's awesome. Like, I like that. He was actually there and he became a super soldier. That's why he took to the serum in Tahiti. Spoilers again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. viewers. Now, look, I also need to disclaim something. If you already know, yes, the bindi, if it were, on his forehead is an Infinity Stone. It is the source of his powers. Now, in the comic, it was just solely for solar energy provides him with such things. Although in this moment we don't know. I believe they said it was the Mind Stone. So we found that's 4 now. We're still down 2. We need to find 2 more, unless now we don't know if Thanos has. We know Thanos has the gauntlet. We know he doesn't have any of the stones. At least we don't know, because there's still 2 missing that we have to find out until Infinity War. So there may be an Infinity Stone in Ant-Man, perhaps, because it's a new character, a new story. So it's gonna be fun to watch that. So it's this. The thing is, it's also, if you watch back in Guardians, it's kind of fun to watch because Warlock storyline has an open cocoon. There's an open cocoon in Guardians of the Galaxy, so we may see Adam Warlock come in maybe during the Doctor Strange movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, who's playing the title character. So it's gonna be fun to watch that. Note, there is an extra credit scene. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. It's probably been already spoiled if you're on the internets. But I'm telling you right now, the thing that you see is not the same one you see in Thor's weapons vault. That is all where I'm going with this. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything more other than that. Now, I will say, you need to check out. Now, I didn't really see much of a lot of Easter eggs per se being said or being shown. You guys are probably better than I would on that one. I would say definitely. I've seen this movie at least 3 times already in each different formats. I'm probably gonna see it a lot more times before it leaves soon. Probably in like 3 weeks, because these movies usually tend to go long. So I will be doing that. What you should be doing is subscribing to my channel. And what a lovely day to be seeing Mad Max, which is our next adventure. So stay tuned for that, non-believers. Excelsior! Bye!